I am a graphic designer for a streetwear brand called Saintside, which is located in St Albans, and I love to collect sneakers. Collecting sneakers I started around a year ago, and that started off basically with starting at my job at Saintside. I own around over 30 pairs of sneakers. Most of them are Jordans, but I've moved slowly towards Adidas, more into Reeboks, also Pumas as well. One thing that really influenced me to get sneakers was just music. I was really influenced in hip hop culture, and I was around people that was probably like 5-10 years older than me, and they really influenced the way that I dressed. When you watched music videos or whether they were wearing hip hop cultured clothing, it would mainly be, you know, Air Force Ones, flashy sneakers, Jordans. I felt like if you grabbed that piece of sneaker, you kind of felt a part of that culture too. And I felt to me that was really important because hip hop in general was something that I really related to as a kid, especially in my teens as well. For me, I like to collect shoes simply because of the design aspect of things. So firstly, I take a lot of inspiration from the materials that I use to create shoes, even the colorways that are annotated together to create something crazy. Like, I think for me, like, shoes are like the artwork for feet. And it's crazy because like it's just one of those things where you go to a place, or you know, you meet up with friends and they see what's on your feet usually first, and it's the first thing that just pops. My first pair of shoes I bought were a collab between Nike and Bape. I was 16 years old, I had my first job, and I used to work at a fish and chip shop, just, you know, pushing burgers, pushing chips, and with that money, the first thing I bought was a pair of, they were called Bapesters. So it was the shape of an Air Force One with a Bape style to it. I wish I still have it, but it was too big to keep around. For me, when I look for sneakers in general, firstly I try to look for a bargain. So especially for a hype item, if I find it for a very good price, I'd usually jump on that. 1,500. Shit, 1,500 for Vans. But if anything else, like, I try to find a shoe that firstly looks great, something I actually wear, and it's at a good price as well, depending on where you buy it from. The best thing about being a sneakerhead, I'd say, would be community, I'd say, simply because once you get into sneakers, like in general, and you want to look for a certain pair, obviously you want to kind of connect with other people and help each other to kind of get the certain shoe, because a lot of these days, if there's a shoe that you're really after, most of the time it won't be available in the store. So you probably need to connect and kind of network with other people. And the great thing about networking as well is you create friends. So Sneaker Freaka is a 2-time event that happens a year. This was the first time that it happened for the year, and it's basically just a bunch of sneakerheads that just meet together for a day in a warehouse located in Port Melbourne. And it's sponsored by local brands such as Saintside, Sneaker Freaka themselves, and other local brands trying to make a name for themselves. And yeah, as the name states, it's just a place for sneaker freaks who like to trade or buy sneakers that are for sale from other people, and just being in a community and being around people that are like-minded, talking about sneakers, talking about similar music or, you know, streetwear as well. And yeah, it's a very good opportunity to meet new people. So, Jimmy, you want to start with yours, man?
Yeah, so I'm selling most of Air Jordans, so I've got a few Jordan 8s and Jordan 10s, 9s. This is probably my best pair. They're quite rare. They're only released in Europe, so yeah. I have a mate who's very, very nice to me and got me a hookup one, got him.
The business
has been about 3 years, but I've been into sneakers since I was a kid, I guess, so it's been a while.
Awesome. So you've been a sneakerhead since a long time?
Well, I made back when I was a kid, it wasn't really a sneakerhead. I just had sneakers, but they just happened to be this sort of style.
How many pairs do you reckon you're wearing around now?
Like a collection that I don't wear, or?
In general, like?
I have like about 8 pairs in rotation, and then I got about maybe 15 or 20 just collectible ones that I just sort of sit on.
So, I got him into it. So, like early days back in the 90s, I was wearing them all, and then sort of got back into it about 5 years ago. So.
My wife and I have been into it for quite a while, and just amassed a lot of stuff. And
so all the shoes that you get, is it just other like a collection of other people's shoes?
Some of the stuff that are my own, and then we bring stuff in as well. And,
So is that your motto kind of when it comes to collecting sneakers? Like buy what you like, make sure you wear
I call myself a wearer.
A wearer?
Yeah.
So not a sneakerhead, so there's like a difference between the two, you reckon?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think sneakerheads have a lot of knowledge about shoes. I do have a knowledge, but that's based on shoes that I like and that I come in contact with. So if I don't, for example, I'm not a big fan of the Yeezys, I don't know shit about them. But since I'm working at the shop, I know a bit.
Yeah. Right. So when you look for a shoe, what kind of shoes do you look for?
I don't. That's a tough question, really. When the mood sort of hits you. But I don't know. I like bright colours, but only as accents, I guess.
Fair enough. What makes you kind of like decide to get rid of them? It's just like, I want to be wearing them.
If I wear them, 100%. Like, I haven't bought these and never worn them. I can't bring myself to wear these.
Have you ever worn these?
No, I haven't tried one. I can't bring myself to wear them.
Wait, you haven't tried one at all?
I haven't tried one at all. They just sit and just look good. I'm like, I've got to try one.
I think I've got enough shoes. For myself and in stock. So I think we've reached that sort of threshold of.
It's not really about the money though. Like, buy these thinking you're gonna wear them, and then I sit around for a year, in a shoebox, and you're like, someone else can wear these. So.
For me, it means a lot because for me as a graphic designer, I can take inspiration from that as well. So, just seeing the thought process that designers go through in terms of designing sneakers itself, I can kind of apply those techniques that they use into my own work as well, whether it be designing clothes or designing graphics for clothes. And I think it's very beneficial for myself, and I think that's why I take pride in collecting sneakers, is because every time I look at them or pick them up, I can just take that inspiration all over again and see the story that they're trying to create through those shoes. Firstly, for me, I think I find sneakers at this point both a lifestyle and a hobby. I always find myself every day just flicking through different Facebook pages and sneaker forums online, just sussing out what's new. As a lifestyle, it will resonate with me for quite a while because I work in the streetwear industry. Shoes are a very important piece when it comes to putting clothes together. And yeah, it's a very big inspiration to me at the same time as well. So I do need and I do have the want for sneakers at the same time. As for the future, I think when I've settled down and probably had some kids, I think I'll probably die down from collecting sneakers, but I think it'll definitely be something that I'll pass on to my kids. Make them wear all the good stuff while I wear, whatever's out. Wear some dad shoes, probably wear some Crocs or something. But yeah, I'd definitely love to pass that hobby on to my kids, but at the same time, teach them the value of money before going nuts with the sneakers.